Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharakah Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And it's funny, man, because this is the confusion that comes with Babylon, right? What is an American, all right? Because is being a citizen of America make you an American? Well, yes, you're expected to be patriotic to America if you're a citizen of America. Does your religion determine whether you're an American or not? No, because your citizenship is not based upon religion. All right. So being Christian shouldn't make you any more American than being Muslim or being of the Church of Satan or being an atheist. Because the supposed values of America is freedom and liberty for all, right? Including freedom of religion. But at the same time, they want to have this thing where it's a Christian nation. And this is where you get the confusion. Because that's what America is. It's confusion. It's Babylon. All right. Now, let's play this. This is hilarious.
What I'm saying is, as a guest, right? Because we are guests here.
Now, this all stems from, you got certain places in America where Muslims are doing their call for prayer and ringing the bells, and you got crackers that don't like it. They think it's a takeover or some shit. All right. And you notice these guys only ever focus on Islam. They don't really focus on any other thing. And that shows you how disingenuous it is. Like, you got the Church of Satan in America. You got Wiccan. You got flipping every atheism. Right? You got all kind of madness in America. But these men only really have a problem with Islam because of the propaganda. You know what I mean? But Bin Laden and all that.
What does that mean? Guess.
We're guests. This is not a Muslim country. This is not a Muslim country.
Oh, then you could make an argument that's a Jewish country if they control 98% of the population.
Oh my God.
And there you go. Because who ultimately, right, America as a corporation was really funded and created by the ruling elite, right, which are mainly so-called Jews. This is a fact. This is the reality, you know. When they talk about America, if you really want to know what America is, right, Babylon was set up for a purpose, and it wasn't, the purpose of it wasn't for the people. It was for the purpose of the super elite who wanted to utilize America to establish the New World Order, which is what they're in the process of doing. America wasn't set up for life, liberty, and all this garbage that they told the peons. It was set up to create the New World Order, which is what it's doing. All right, it's leading the way.
This guy.
I mean, it's a freedom of religion country.
Yeah.
It's a secular country.
Exactly, it's a secular. America is a secular country, but they want to be secular, but they want to be religious. Which one is it? You can't have both, and this is the confusion. You can't have both. It's either your spiritual country, which is guided by spiritual principles, or you're not. All right.
Okay.
Just like the state of Israel is a secular country. All right. It's not a spiritual country. It's not a theocracy. It's not led by God. And otherwise, America wouldn't have the laws that they have. All right.
What do you mean we're guests? I'm a citizen here. I'm not a guest. Yeah. Wait, no. Hold on. I'm not a guest. I have a passport. I was born here.
Of course.
I have a birth certificate.
What I'm saying is,
it's my
the
country.
Islamic faith, is of course it's your country. But
so how can it be your country if you're a guest? You see, this is because Myron likes twerking for Edomites. The right way, his job is to twerk for white ring Christian Edomites. That's his job, and he be twerking for them hard.
What I'm saying is that the Islamic faith is not a part of the American infrastructure.
Neither is
Christianity.
Neither is Christianity. Christianity is not a part of the American infrastructure either. All right, because there's a separation of church and state.
This country was founded by Christians,
but it's not.
Yeah, no, actually, this country was founded by occultists who were pretending to be Christians, and this is the truth.
Part of
the American that people don't want to accept. That America was founded by witches and warlocks. It wasn't founded by Christians. These people that were calling themselves Christians, these initiates, all right, were actually witches and warlocks. They hid behind being Christians. And this is why America is the way it is, because the root of it is just Satanism. That's the reality. All right, that's when you really break it down. Right, this is 2 Corinthians 11:13. It says, "For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." Because America was supposed to represent the light of, as they say it, Christ, Christianity, the light. But look at what America's done. So it obviously doesn't represent that. What does it represent? Satanism, deceit, witchcraft, mischief. That's the truth. Now, I always go to, this is an image of the laying of the cornerstone at DC of the Capitol building. And it was a Masonic ceremony. Now, if you know anything about Masonry is occultic. The deeper you go into the initiations, the more occultic it becomes, the more luciferian it becomes. The laying of the cornerstone in Washington, D.C. was a Masonic, right? Not Christian, a Masonic ceremony. Now you might say, "Oh well, the Masons, they're Christian. They believe." Oh really? Then why did they a place inside of the Capitol building, the apotheosis of George Washington, which depicts George Washington as an idol, a god, and several Roman gods? Right? This is in the rotunda inside the Capitol building. Were these Christians? Is it a Christian thing to do, or is it an occultic thing to do? Witchcraft, idolatry, or what? Because this is the reality. The reality of America is America, right? The owners and controllers and the movers and shakers of America are not Christian. They're occultic, right? They're occultic and satanic and luciferian. This is the truth. So if you want to say anything of America, America is a occultic, satanic, a so-called white occultic, satanic country. And I include the so-called Jew in that because they're so-called white too. They're all the same people. All right? Ain't no Christian culture. It has a little wafting of cultural Christianity whiffing about. But what really dominates is what? Occultism, Satanism. That's why you have Easter, which is occultic and Satanist. That's why you have Christmas. That's why you have Halloween. That's why you have all your Hollywood, all your corporations. Everything you do is occultic in its root. It's embedded with witchcraft. Because they're not Christians, really. They're witches and warlocks. This is a fact. All right? White Christian nation. Get out of here.
The people that founded this country,
it's not
Christians.
It's not.
No, they're not. The people that founded America were witches and warlocks, occultists, Luciferians.
Just because the separation of church and state was put in place so that either would not corrupt each other, but it's still a Christian country founded by Christian people.
What's more corrupt than America, man?
Right? Because you can make the argument. You can make the argument like Syria isn't a Muslim country because Bashar.
Yeah, America doesn't operate under the Christian doctrine of love thy neighbor as thyself. America doesn't operate that way. It never has operated that way. Under the principles that Yahweh Shai laid down of love thy neighbor, love the Lord, all right, and love thy neighbor. The two principles that he laid down, to love God and love your brother. America's never operated under those principles ever. It's not embedded into their system. Get the hell out of here, man. They might have been starting wars, dropping bombs, and impoverishing people, exploiting people, man. Get the hell out of here, man.
Was a secularist, or Saddam Hussein was a secularist. It's still a Muslim country majority, and they're going to play that then.
I'll say that, yeah, it's a Christian majority country, but it's not a Christian country by definition.
I think this is a Christian.
No, it's not. It's a satanic country by definition.
Country.
But there's no paperwork or any like.
You got the Statue of Liberty, right, which was a gift by the French Freemasons, right, is actually a representation of Baphomet. It's a man in drag. holding the light of Satan. It's the same representation as Baphomet. The light that it holds is the same light you see above Baphomet's head, which represent the light of Lucifer for them, right? And it's a man in drag. It's satanic. It's occultic in its nature. What is Christian about the Statue of Liberty? Where in the Bible do you have liberty being represented as a woman with a flame? This is the reality, man.
Under the Constitution.
It was found. It's not a well.
There you go. The Statue of Liberty right here. It's a man in drag, yeah, holding up the light of Lucifer. And it was a gift from the French Freemasons. And we know what Freemasonry is all about. Like, let's stop the foolishness.
Hey, even when you pledge allegiance, as an American, I grew up
pledge allegiance saying about God.
Right, you don't pledge allegiance to Yahweh Shai. You don't pledge allegiance to the God of the Bible with by name. No, you don't. You just generically. They might mention God, but it's generic. Oh God, which God are you talking about?
God is mentioned in.
Do you say Jesus?
Which God?
They believe
you say God.
You don't say Jesus.
You say
no,
God.
they don't. They don't do they? They don't mention no names.
You don't have to say Jesus because
you don't say the Holy Spirit.
To them, God and Jesus are synonymous.
Not to them. These were occultists. They see themselves as gods. That's why you have the apotheosis of George Washington.
Synonymous. Synonymous.
Yes and no. Actually, if you talk to a Christian,
it depends on who you talk to. Yes.
Yeah, being honest, bro.
But they look at God and Jesus as the same. Like, because he's the Son of God. So
he's also God's only begotten Son. So they are separate entities.
It depends on who you look at. Who you're asking.
That's a different conversation.
Confusion.
Yeah. But the reason that this is in God we trust is because it's the most universal statement.
Yes.
It's open to interpretation, just like what the Declaration of Independence for the State of Israel. They purposely didn't put the name of God in there, and they just made a open-ended statement because it was made by atheists. So it's open to interpretation. They're devils, man.
But the point I'm trying to make is that regardless, this country was founded by Christians. They reserve the right to run the country however they want. And if they do want to play church, I take it a step further. If they want to play the church bells, I think they can because this is a Christian country. Just like in a Muslim country, if they want to play that Dan 10 times a day, you got to shut up and take it.
Okay, so if it's a Christian country, then why do you not support Israel? Doesn't the Bible for evangelical Christians say God blesses those who bless the state of Israel?
Because we know that definition. We know that evangelicals is cap.
Okay, I mean,
the United States.
I'm not a guest in my home.
Bro, we are guests here. And the religion of Islam, you are a guest as a Muslim in the United States.
I'm not a guest in my home.
Bro, we are guests here. We are guests here.
We were born here.
Yes, but our religion, our religion.
So now your faith makes you a guest.
Yeah, but America always had freedom of religion, so it's not about guests.
Yes, if you're gonna open, yes, to a degree, yes.
To a degree, or
yeah, because obviously everything is like nuanced, like nothing is absolute. But like the point I'm trying to make is that the Islamic faith, as this is not a Muslim country, so therefore.
So what about Catholics? Are Catholics guests because it was founded by Protestants?
I would say they're closer to.
So they're still guests.
I want to get to a bit where he talks about.
Chicken only Protestant Christians should be.
We had jalabiyas on. But when we're talking about
people have glasses.
I'm not just saying this is as Muslims were guests. I think.
What about minorities?
Here we go.
Are minorities guests in America?
Like what do you mean minorities? Like blacks and shit like that? Or
anybody not
Asians?
White? Anybody not white?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yeah.
So guess.
Yeah, white people built and founded this country, bro. We're all guests here.
Okay, so America is entitled to white Christians only. They're the only non-guests here. So you have to be founders. So to be a true American, you need to be a white Christian.
I never said that. I never.
You said everyone else is not a guest.
We are Americans, but we are guests here because we did not found this country. We're Americans, but like we're not the. I guess Original Americans.
Okay, so what about
the original Americans? Okay. Let's forget about God. God founded America, man. They began life in America, man. Get the hell out of here.
Europeans, like people with second-generation Europeans who came here?
Well, I'm talking about like the people here that like their family's been here for generations, fought in the Revolutionary Wars, whatever.
Okay, so if I'm a white guy and my parents immigrated here after World War II, and I'm a white Christian, and my parents are from Germany, right?
And you came here after World War II.
Yeah, am I a guest?
I would say from a framer's perspective, if you came like you were here in the 1700s, like if you have lineage back to like the colonial individuals.
What is that, like 5% of the country?
Probably not as much, yeah. I mean, probably
so
not.
Everyone's a guest here.
A lot, yeah.
So whose country is it? It's just those 5% of people?
I would say it's America is a white majority.
How can it be a majority if it's only 5%?
Country, and we are guests here. Yeah, that's what I would say.
So the only
this guy's messed up in the brain. But I just wanted to use that to point to the fact that no, the America is not a Christian culture. It's a luciferian, satanic, and occultic country. That's the facts. Okay, that's what's at the heart and the root of America. Okay. All right. Revelation 17:5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. That's America, man. That's what's at the heart of America, man. All right. Let's get that. The mistress, man. Nahum 3:4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. That's what America's really all about, man. Stop the cap by these white devils. That's what it is. Keep it real. Shalom.